What are you doing there, 3PO?
I don't know what all this trouble is about, but I'm sure it must be your fault. I don't like you either.
Hey everybody, welcome to Showbox Reviews. I'm Stan with my lovely wife Tanya here again. We're doing a spoiler-free review of Rise of Skywalker. Yes, we just went to the early session.
The midnight screening.
Yeah, and it was really... It's nice to just see all these fans and all these, like, you know, everyone's all in costume naturally. Yeah, we were like looking at all these tables full of, like, you know, collector cups and stuff. Couldn't help but grab this. I love 3PO, but yeah, we also got, like, you know, typical popcorn holder and stuff. Vent Cinemas does a pretty good job. All in all, spoiler free. So this was better than The Last Jedi, but still kind of doesn't really feel like you know, kind of stuck in their episode. It seems I would have liked to have seen J.J. Abrams direct all three of this trilogy, because it seemed like the way he's done this is okay. You know, they didn't acknowledge this in Last Jedi. They didn't do this, so I'm going to try and stick it in there. And there's a bunch of stuff like where the pacing. I think if anyone's watched Phantom Menace, and there's a scene where Qui-Gon's like, I'm taking these people to Coruscant, and he ends up like just, you know, bang, him and Obi-Wan are like smashing droids. They board the ships, and then they bang, they're off from like Naboo, and they're getting attacked and shot at and stuff, and R2's like out fixing the ship and stuff. That's what this felt like through the whole film. It was just like go, 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 like just non-stop.
Just trying to put as much as possible in there. I mean, he did have a big job to try and fix what The Last Jedi had done.
Yep.
So I congratulate him on that, because I feel like he had tried very, very hard to fix everything and try to appease to the fans. I mean,
there's some things he couldn't fix.
Some things he couldn't fix. Some bits I was really happy with. I even had some tears.
You can't help it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Star Wars. But yeah, there's other parts where it's just like, ugh.
Well, there's one or two cringe moments for me where I was just like kind of all right, but like all in all, everyone does their jobs. I think it was like, for me, it's like a little bit of a too little, too late. This is the first adventure we're watching with Poe, Finn, and Rey. And they, all three of them, undeniably have great chemistry because they're great performers and stuff. But to see it sort of like, oh, they're together. Oh, now it's all over. I kind of can't help but just be like, this feels like two movies in one. It feels like J.J. Abrams was trying to like get as much in there as possible, but at the same time, his task was to wrap up everything. And like all the rumored leaks and stuff, I'm surprised at how much was in there, and there was a lot of stuff that wasn't in there.
I stayed away from any leaks, anything on social media. I stayed away from it all.
Yeah, there was a few rumors and stuff that I couldn't help but be like, I wonder if they're going to do that, because that might be cool. And then there was bits where I was like, oh, I hope they don't do that. And then like things like that didn't happen. I was like, phew. Like, but all in all, like, I wouldn't say it's unpredictable, but there's a lot of stuff that kind of leaves more questions for you to be like, all right, so they're gonna obviously throw comics and like just different stuff leading up to this, like,
I mean, there's definitely, I reckon there'll be a split-off saga, that's for sure. You know, of what's going to come next, because you can't just, we've got Star Wars Celebration next year. I mean, they got to continue with some stuff. I know Solo's coming out, but it's like
Solo,
more, not Solo, Kenobi. Sorry, it's 3:30 in the morning, people. Come on.
But like, also, you got to have this look at. This is what like Abrams has had to do. He's had to have this character, this character, this character, and stuff. And there's all these rumors of like he was kind of screwed from the start. when they were like, oh yeah, by the way, Ryan Johnson threw out that stuff, so you're going to have to try and make sense of all of this. And, there was a lot of bits in there that were kind of like a screw you to Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, those little digs, which we appreciated.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans that were really unhappy with Last Jedi will be like, huh, yeah.
That's our personal opinion on The Last Jedi.
I think Abrams is so angry at freaking Ryan Johnson. I genuinely think that, like, what he has done with this movie, he wanted through the entire trilogy and stuff. But, like, yeah, I think it was good. Better than The Last Jedi, but not up there with all the, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi and stuff. Like,
You're
even
never
Revenge of
gonna
the
beat
Sith.
OGs, yeah.
Yeah, like, even, like, there's nothing that's ever going to match that three-way lightsaber duel in Phantom Menace. And, tear me apart in the comments about, like, oh, is Phantom Menace your favorite? Like, is Jar Jar your favorite character? Like, hey, Phantom Menace had, like, fan service off, like, oh, you see these two old guys that lumber at each other and lightsaber duel fight in The New Hope, and then Empire, you see old man versus young kid, and, vice versa, and the same one, like, for Return of the Jedi. When Phantom Menace came out and we saw for the first ever time what was George Lucas's quote, the golden age of Jedi, and they're just fighting away and stuff, like, that was really cool. I still get a kick. I get a rush out of seeing, Attack of the Clones when, Mace Windu's like, freaking this party's over, and all those Jedis reveal themselves and stuff, and there's the big battle charge. That was cool. There was things in this where I was like, hey, that's cool, but
there's some pretty cool moments. I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty cool. Like you said, it's definitely better than The Last Jedi. I didn't feel like I was going to enter a musical at any point, so that's a plus.
Yeah, and it feels more like a direct sequel to Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So I think, you can get away with not watching Last Jedi, but at the same time, it's sort of like, well, what's your favorite trilogy? It's definitely the original, and then it's the prequel trilogy, and this is kind of like, what's your favorite movies out of this new trilogy? It's like, Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker are probably the good ones, and it's obviously the one that everyone disagrees with. And
definitely had more fan service in this one, which I appreciated a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I had tears rolling down my face. So
and they pay tribute to
beautiful.
a few things, and like the original and the prequels and stuff. So there's a couple of little surprises. There's a few twists and stuff, but like also too, just you'll have to judge it for yourself. It is kind of worth seeing in the cinema, but at the same time, like
yeah, we're gonna go see it again.
I think because it's like the pacing of it is so fast. It's kind of like, wait, what was that? What was that? What was that? Oh.
And plus, because we've worked all day as well and gone to the midnight screening, so we're also a bit tired, so we could have missed some things.
Yeah, like, I got a feeling that we missed a stack of stuff, because there was a few things in there that I was like, this has got rewatchable stuff in there. There's a few, like just acknowledgements and stuff to, like, things that didn't get wrapped up in other movies and stuff, so that was kind of cool. But all in all, what would you rate it? Like, do you reckon it's a must-see in cinema, or?
I would probably say, go see it in cinema for sure, because it's just got those epic kind of scenes where you just want to, get the big screen feel.
That's another thing too, I'll say. There's something in this that I'm like, I didn't really care too much for Solo. I thought Solo was fine.
Solo was fun.
But when, I watch it, I'm like, I'll rather watch this other movie. But when you see he's got the dice, I'm like, I want that. Like, this movie has something where you'll know it when you see it. It's like, ooh, I kind of want that. Like, that's sort of cool. But, let us know in the comments if you've already seen it, if you haven't seen it, if this helps.
Yeah. Well, tell us what you thought about it as well in the comments below when you do see it. But, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
And thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.